Hey there, beautiful souls. I'm so excited today to be here with my friend Renata Martin, talking about her business, Oneness Reiki by Renata, to learn a little bit more about Reiki, and then also to talk a little bit how you can incorporate it and how I've incorporated it into my practice around kind of just feeling better, getting to know myself better, and kind of living a happier, more fulfilled life, because that's what we're here to do, right?
So happy to have you here. We're back to a space where the magic happens. So I'm always so excited to have people coming in and enjoying this beautiful Reiki energy and of course healing.
Yes, this is a beautiful space that Renata practices in. When you walk in, it's immediately peaceful. You can't help it, regardless of where you were. And the first time that I found you, I was up here. My baseline's a good 8 most of the time. And I was really stressed out about a meeting. And so I was probably walking in at about a 15. And you immediately feel calm and right and good in the space. And so then after the session, I walked out just absolutely confident and ready to go. So do you mind just sharing with people a little bit about Reiki? What is it for people that don't know? And then how you use it, that energy healing, to help your clients.
So there's a lot of different styles of Reiki. I think there's close to 100 different styles of Reiki. And I'm practicing Usui and Holy Fire Reiki. And they're a little bit different from each other. So Usui Reiki is I personally call it a foundation for all Reikis. And Holy Fire Reiki is a more modern Reiki, and it works a little bit differently. So during the Usui Reiki sessions, what happens is practitioner, in this case me, we connect to the higher source energy or life source energy. And this way we move that energy towards our client's body, and that energy will find a location wherever energy needs to be. That it doesn't matter actually what client wants or what I want. Reiki energy is very intelligent, and Reiki energy will find where it needs to go for that moment, for that time, to help person with healing. So that's Usui Reiki. So my hands will be above client's body, above or slightly touch the body. With the Holy Fire Reiki is a little bit different. With the Holy Fire Reiki, the connection is to holy energy, holy fire, Reiki energy, but I, as a practitioner, actually don't interfere with it. I will be just sitting. I can sit on my chair, use grounding, use specific techniques to prepare the room, to prepare the space, to prepare myself, ask for that holy fire energy to come in, and when energy will come in, it will go directly to the client. So that's the kind of, it's a different, beautiful way how we can offer as practitioners help to the client. And with the Holy Fire Reiki too, another step is what we use is guided meditation. So it takes what they've noticed, and what my clients said, and you told me that too, just the feeling is stronger what they feel during the session. What I mean by that, they see sometimes more colors, stronger visions, the energy stronger flow in comparison with Usui Reiki. Yeah, so that's a abbreviated format.
No, that's really helpful, because I've been doing Reiki for probably a little over a decade or so now. I've tried different forms and different types. I was guided to you probably about a year ago, where I needed something a little bit different, and you had just the perfect thing. I was in a career transition. I could feel it coming, and because I've been working working with energy work for myself for years, I typically go to a practitioner when I can't get it on my own. I need some extra help. And so even with being me and doing it for so many years, I still need help sometimes. And I came in, I was particularly anxious. I couldn't get focused. I couldn't seem to get my focus down. There were some decisions I really needed to make and some conversations I needed to have about transitioning from a job and what I was going to do, and even prior to that is when I came in, and so it was such a great way, and I think it would really help people to know what kind of the process looks like, because that introductory session with you was so detailed. And it really was, I really felt like you wanted to get to know me or feel me, and that's what it felt like on the other side of the conversation, that you were interested and wanted to kind of know where to maybe start, but what is the actual practice that you're doing when you're interacting with us when we first come in?
So I try to approach every new client from the standpoint that they don't know at all what Reiki is, because most people don't. And so I kind of put myself in their shoes. And so from the beginning, even before people come to see me, there's this educational part that I do, because the importance of it is it relaxes clients,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel more comfortable coming and having session with me. Therefore, they will be relaxed more. Therefore, they will heal more. So I do go in a lot of detail before the session. So I will explain, what happens, how I do it, how I start, what they do on the table, what they wear, what will happen during the session, what will happen after the session. So it's very detail-oriented process. Then, because I am psychic, I do have psychic abilities, and information come to me, in order to not forget that, I make notes during the session. So, and information can come to me from the symbol standpoint, colors, visions, and so I make notes, and then I share that with my clients. And so what happens then is that we will have discussion, because usually before the session, especially the first session, I don't want to know any health issues what the clients have. And the reason why is I am a human being, and when I receive the information during the session, I need to be very clear if that information it's mine or it's coming from my client. So less I know, then it's more obvious who is receiving that information. So, and actually very helpful, and I think, and you kind of felt too, then I feel like I fulfill more purpose of what I'm doing and why I'm doing and what's happening during that.
I really think the process work that you have works really well. I think it would especially work for someone who has not experienced Reiki before, because as you said, the non-touch, there's, bunch of memes, I'm sure Saturday Night Live did a skit or something around it, because it feels like, is this working? Is this real? Am I being scammed? How will I know? Will I feel anything? What if I don't? Am I making that up? Our minds kind of run wild as human beings, and especially when you're trying a new modality like this, and it's not as simple as a massage. Right? You go in, your shoulders hurt, they touch your shoulders, they work on them, and you leave. And with Reiki, there's different ways that people practice, and with your practice, like you were saying, there's a little bit of light touch depending probably where the energy is moving you, but it is really interesting and nice to know when things are coming up that resonate.
Yes.
And there's no other way you could know that. It does help, I think, put you at ease.
Yes.
To feel like it's
absolutely.
More
So when Danielle says there's almost no touch, the touch that we use, if clients prefer, is almost weightless. Mm-hmm. But what's so interesting is if the energy needs to flow and the client needs to receive, there will be the heat or cold will be so intense that really will be very obvious. And that's another surprise what a lot of clients receive or go through. They go like, wait a minute, I understand why is, example, my head was burning on the fire. And that just says that the Reiki energy needed to go there for the healing. Yeah.
And I've experienced both, and with my age, I'm like, is this a hot flash? Am I? Oh, where is it? And I've experienced the cold as well. And it's always such an interesting release when you leave, and you kind of know, you can tell, especially if you do several sessions, you really can feel it in your body, and you know what it's doing after. I've had both ways. I have left session just energized, like just ready to just hit the day, and the opposite. When my body just needed more rest, there was a lot of work and heat and releasing, probably that was still happening, and needed to go home and rest. So it was very kind of dependent upon what was going on with me at the time, and what my body kind of just needed. And so it's really been a practice that has been so helpful for me. I was so taken with it, I did the inner light journey for 3 months. That really helped. It really was a big catalyst for the start of the Una Collective, which I really appreciate. That was the goal when I started, to know, well, what do I want to do next? And through that journey really kind of helped solidify.
And then it was kind of came for both of us. Because last year, when I was working on Reiki with Reiki clients, I've noticed how much we're all connected through so many different deep levels. And therefore, when I met Danielle and we started talking about our goals and wishes and dreams, we both kind of clicked, because we want to, everybody says we want to help others. But there's a million tools how to, which that's where the Una Collective comes from. My foundation on my platform is healing. It's Reiki healing, and that's how I created the Inner Light Journey program, which is hands-on, custom program, 3 months commitment per client and their journey with me to really truly rediscover ourselves. And that's why I